on the sideline. Good evening to you, Kurt.
How you going, guys? There's some great conditions down here. It's a dry track, which should make for some great rugby league, and I think we're in for a great game. 2 years ago when these sides met back in the Queensland under-18s, in the under-18s match, I should say, Queensland ran away 22 points to 18. Coached then by Kevy's now assistant coach, Anthony Seibold. So looking forward to this match here tonight, boys.
Yeah, it should be an absolute beauty. We'll go through the Queensland team now. And once again, I'll mention their clubs as we do go through. The team has New South Wales making their way out onto Suncorp Stadium. Let's go through the Queensland side. Corey Allen from the Broncos at fullback. Philip Sammy from the Gold Coast is on one wing. Tristan Saylor from St George Illawarra is on the other. Gemahart Shibasaki from the Broncos in the centres, alongside Daniel Brownbill from Gold Coast is the other centre. Alexander Brimson, AJ Brimson, 5'8", from the Gold Coast. Brody Croft, the halfback and captain from the Melbourne Storm. Starting is Corey Horsburgh in jersey number 16, meaning Patrick Carrigan goes to the bench. Harry Grant is the hooker from the Melbourne Storm. Keenan Palacia is the other front rower in jersey number 10. The back row, Hiali Roycroft from North Queensland in jersey number 11. Jersey number 12, Mitch Dunn, also from North Queensland. And Keegan Hipgrave from the Gold Coast is the lock forward for Queensland. As mentioned, the coach of Queensland is Justin Hodges. The coach of New South Wales is Danny Baderis. Our referees tonight are Jared Cole, who'll be assisted by Adam Cassidy. The touch judges, Nick Palgrave and Todd Smith. As Queensland making their way out onto Suncorp Stadium. Looks like they're going to be the team to kick off. You expecting an open encounter here, Valsey?
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it'll be a really great competition between the halves for Queensland, AJ Brimson, Brody Croft against the halves of New South Wales, Jai Field and Troy Dargan. They're all four are very talented footballers, and they'll be wanting to get their teams around the paddock and create some opportunities.
Well, we've got people watching this one all across the world, and we are underway here at Suncorp Stadium. The under-20s origin, Queensland against New South Wales. New South Wales with first use of the football. There's lock forward Nat Butcher from the Roosters with his first hit up of the evening. Hit the ground running here, New South Wales. Plenty of feeling between these two teams. Nice hit up there from Blake Laurie from the Dragons. Forwards getting involved early. That's Victor Radley in jersey number 14, starting the game tonight with Emre Gula moving to the bench. Second hit up of the set there for Butcher. Hard-working lock forward from the Roosters. That kick going straight down the throat there of the Queensland winger. Good to see a fair amount of people inside Suncorp Stadium early on for this game. First touch of the football there for Shibasaki. Palacia with a nice hit up. Just getting in the New South Wales territory. Solid start for both teams. Nice ball. Brody Croft gives the ball to Allen. And now they've got some spaces out here. It's with Saylor. Tristan Saylor succumbs to the tackle. Good play there from Queensland. Looking sharp early. Hipgrave gets an inside ball there from his halfback and captain, Brody Croft. Last play, 20 metres out. Croft going to the line. Grubbers in the goal area. And that's very good work. Making way back into the field of play there is Garlick there for New South Wales. Good solid start, Valsey, for both teams.
Yeah, good set of six by both teams. But I was really impressed with that Queensland set of six. I was going to suggest earlier that little tip-ons on the edges will get them a bit of space, and they did that, went wide, found a bit of space out wide, and then a nice little kick on the end there by Brody Croft to put the pressure on New South Wales.
A number of these players, teammates a few weeks ago, while playing for Australia. Cameron Murray there with a nice run. Bit of miscommunication there, and it was well picked up in the end by Meaney. And then there's a hurried kick down the ground. Allen's underneath it, takes it well. Kurt, you've seen a lot of Corey Allen as we go down to you. Looks a very promising prospect at fullback.
Oh, he certainly is, mate. And he had a great game for the Junior Roos only a few weeks ago, and he's a player that's really come on in the last couple of years.
Hit up there for Tristan Saylor.
And he said, Kurt, during the week that he's watching what Queensland do, watching what Darius was doing, for Queensland and learning little tips there, and that can only make him a better player as well.
Oh, certainly. He's got a great sweep line out the back, and he ball plays really well, and he's got an exceptional turn of speed. So if he can keep watching Darius and the way he plays, it's a great person to learn off.
Terrific inside ball there to Dunn. It was to Dunn from Croft, who's already having an impact in this game. He got the ball to Hipgrave. Now Grant gives the ball to Horsburgh. Horsburgh for the line. He gets there, scores the opening try right underneath the posts. Well, starting the game in place of Patrick Carrigan this afternoon. And Corey Horsburgh from North Queensland opens the scoring in the under-20s origin. All too easy, Valsey.
I was going to suggest just before that, geez, he's Dylan Napper's lookalike, isn't he? The young fella, Corey Horsburgh, but a solid try. He still had a bit of work to do to get it over, but too big, too strong. And they've looked dangerous, haven't they, Queensland? Just finding little gaps, finding space. And Corey Horsburgh benefited on the end of that.
Yeah, he certainly did. He'll enjoy that one. From North Queensland is Corey Horsburgh. He's a labourer in logistics. We'll go through some of what the players do. Terrific programs in place by the NRL, and making sure that these players not only readying themselves for their rugby league career, but for career post-football as well. Whenever that does end, there's some magnificent things in place from the NRL, educational grants, etc. So we'll let you know, give you an insight on what a lot of the players are either studying or how they're fulfilling their work obligations, a lot of these players, as we head throughout the game tonight. But that was a good start for Queensland, Kurt. A nice run there from Corey Horsburgh.
Oh, it certainly was, and I think that start was set up by the physical encounter in Queensland's first defensive set. And Justin Hodges spoke about a pretty fiery captain's run with the senior origin team with plenty of contact, and that was shown there.
6-0, Queensland leading. We've had just over 4 minutes of play, and there is the try scorer. I like the flowing red hair from a commentator's point of view, Valsey. It's an easy one to pick out, is Corey Horsburgh.
He stands out, and they breed him tough up in North Queensland as well, so he love the contact.
Physical start to this game. Hipgrave with a hit up. He's been busy early on. Liking the work of Grant out of dummy half as well. Just held up the pass on that occasion. Roy Croft succumbs to the tackle. Good view from ground level. There's a kick from inside the 40 from Brodie Croft. He got good angle on it, but didn't get the distance. It's a 40-25. But still, smart play from Brodie Croft. He knows even if he misses out on the 40-20, just turns New South Wales around and gives his forwards a rest.
Yeah, very clever footballer, Brodie Croft, and he just summed that up. Tried to go for the 40-20 and didn't quite get it, but still a good kick and puts his side in great position. New South Wales, on the other hand, they've just got to get back into the grind and finish with a good set of 6 and put some pressure on Queensland.
They feed the scrum, New South Wales. Need some possession here, the Blues. Coming out of their own territory now. Liking the work early on by the hooker in Reece Robson. That time was Blake Laurie who took the hit up.
He's a really clever, as you see him go wide.
Yeah, they do go wide, and it is with Raymond, who pops a nice pass there to his winger, Lumi. He can find the try line. We saw him last year in one of the curtain raises. Did he score a hat-trick on that occasion, Valsey? I'll stand corrected.
Yeah, he certainly can finish, and I'm with you, Soldier. I like Reece Robson. He's a very tough hooker and really gets his forwards running onto him.
Kick from field, a nice one as well. Plenty of work to do here for Sammy. He runs across field and he eventually succumbs to the tackle. That is a very good kick there from a player, and lots of these guys do have big wraps on them. But Jai Fields, very clever kick, perfectly weighted.
Yeah, they think highly of Jai Fields of St George, and a big future for him. And let's hope he does. Let's hope he gets that career in the NRL. And which, going back to what you were saying before, solely about the academic side of things, and whether they're doing apprenticeships or going to uni, it's really important, because not everyone gets to make it in the NRL, even though your goal is to do that, but you certainly got to have something to fall back on.
Jai Field has completed a diploma in business, so well done to him. Robson like the way he's built, the hooker for New South Wales. Also impressed with Radley. A couple of nice touches early on. Big opportunity for New South Wales here to score their first points of the night. Dargan gives the ball to Field. Out they go now. The fullback, Meaney. Oh, good tackle, Brodie Croft. Solid defence from the Queensland halfback on the dangerous New South Wales fullback. Dargan. Now it's with Butcher. Nat Butcher from the Roosters. Look how strong he is. Already had a taste of NRL. He'll want to have more. He's only 3 metres away from the line. Here they go now. Dargan holds up the pass, goes behind and goes into touch. And so that wasn't too far off that pass there, and they had Rahman coming through. If it found the man, the centre's in the corner.
Well, that's a try because Daniel Brownbill, he actually got sucked in off the pass. He went in on the attacker that was running through. If the ball hit the player on the chest, that's try time New South Wales. So a chance gone begging there for New South Wales.
Are you surprised, Valsey, that the 2 occasions New South Wales have gone knocking on the door we haven't seen yet? And I say yet, we are only 8.5 minutes into the contest. Curtis Scott, I thought, might have been an option there. Some early ball, the dangerous centre.
Yeah, he is. He's a good finisher, Curtis Scott. And they do look dangerous. Every time they've gone wide, New South Wales, they've looked dangerous. They've just got to hang on to that ball to put the pressure on Queensland.
Queensland looking to shift. Gebasaki gives the ball there to the winger in Sami, who's brought down. Jai Field doing good work tracking back along with that man we've just been talking about in Curtis Scott. Had a magnificent game to Curtis Scott for the junior Kangaroos. He'll have to dive with the football there, Shibasaki, otherwise it would have been penalised. Easy pickings there for Murchie, who made the tackle. There's the try scorer. You're just tuning in for Queensland starting the game tonight, Corey Horsburgh.
If you are tuning in, it isn't Dylan Napa. It's Corey Horsburgh from North Queensland.
Keegan Hipgrave. Nice run from him. Brodie Croft with the kick. It's a high one. Lumi's underneath it. Batted back there by Saylor. And that's well cleaned up there by Blake Laurie. Dived on the football. Could have been a dangerous one. There's Lumi. And one thing we did notice when we did see him last year in action, Valsey, is that he's a good finisher, but not afraid to get in there and do some of the hard work as well.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your back line. You want them to come in and help the forwards when they're tired and to get that yardage, as we see there. Curtis Scott doing exactly as we talked about and giving his team a good go forward.
Now they go out to the right, and that's Jai Field taking the line on. Brought down by AJ Brimson, his opposite number. Now the kick from Dargan. And that's well taken. Brodie Croft again. Everything Brodie Croft does has got a bit of quality about it, as it would with, of course, he trains each and every day with Cooper Cronk.
Yeah, so, well, I guess, you know, both him and those players that get to hang around those superstars of the game and learn and breathe and live and see what they do, you can't get better models to learn your game on.
Phillip Sami.
Harry Grant being in the same boat with Cameron Smith as well.
Some good young hookers in Melbourne. Mentioned Harry Grant, and of course you've got Brandon Smith, who's the New Zealander. Lumi there with a nice take at the back. Settled down into a very even contest after Queensland scored early. As we go down to the sideline, and Kurt Richards on the sideline for us tonight. And Kurt, the halves that we've seen, whether it be Brimson and Croft for Queensland and Field and Dargan, look to have a bit of quality about them.
Oh, they sure do. They steer their team around the park really well. And as you spoke about earlier, there is plenty of strike on the outside in this New South Wales team, but the Queensland line speed just keeps turning up and really forcing them to be a bit disjointed at times.
Here's a kick. That is a high one, and it's been put down, although penalty here inside the 10, so offside. I didn't think there was anything illegal about the contest, but there was with the chasers being in front of the kicker, and there was no hesitation. Well, that one inside the 10, Jack Murchie, so a penalty going the way of Queensland. First penalty of the night, I'm pretty sure. I don't think we've had a penalty so far.
No, I haven't. That's a refreshing change when you're watching a game of footy and let the game flow freely. Kick
from Brodie Croft. Finds touch. Brody Croft, a Bachelor of Exercise Science. So some fantastic work being done by the NRL Wellbeing and Education team. That is a great shot. Terrific tackle.
Victor Radley.
They go in hard again there on Roy Croft, in there in good numbers. Yeah, some terrific work being done by the NRL Wellbeing and Education team, supported by all of the 16 NRL clubs and the Rugby League Players Association as well. Good support of the youngsters coming through the game.
And Kurt, you would have seen a big change in this over the years. From once upon a time you'd see a team sheet full of labourers, but now you've got these kids that are studying all these degrees and getting their apprenticeships. It's great to see.
Oh, it certainly is, mate. They always need something to fall back on. It only takes an injury and they could be out of the game. But from 2014, the Queensland 20s team, there was 18 players and 16 of them have gone on to play in the NRL. So they're really close, these boys.
Nice take at the back there from Ruben Garlick. There's a strong run from Curtis Scott. I'm pretty sure I'm still right in saying the average life of a first grader is under 50 games. It's around 44, 45 games. So I
think it's about 5%. I think something like that make it in the NRL.
It's good that there's support there for these players. As I mentioned, we'll continue to tell you some of the background of some of these players as we go through the game. Here's Corey Allen. Terrific build for a fullback as Allen. Good tackle there from Curtis Scott too.
We've got to mention the coaching staff, I guess, for both teams. You've got Justin Hodges and Scotty Prince and Lottie Dakiri for Queensland. And you've got Danny Badiris, Matt King for New South Wales. Some big name players, and I can see what they're trying to do to get that culture all the way down through the grades, and it's great to see those ex-players involved. Yeah,
and I'll give another person a rap here too, as Queensland getting a penalty, holding down the tackle. Oh, there's no need for Sammy to come in there.
Just introduced themselves solely. Yeah. A couple of them don't know each other.
Yeah. Hi, how you going? My name's Phil Sammy. I play for the Gold Coast.
No face slapping, please.
No.
Speaking of Scott Prince on the right of your screen, the yellow shirt, he's just gone off. That's he's running the water for his team.
Yeah, there he is. Behind the trainer in the orange shirt, Matt Barradine. Does work with the Melbourne Storm. Yeah, I was going to give another guy a rap too for being part of the New South Wales 20 staff, and that's the great Ciro, Paul Sirinen. Just saw him in the background there on the New South Wales bench. Wouldn't the forwards love a week that they've just had working with one of the greats in Paul Sirinen?
Yeah, exactly right, mate. And also Jamie Feeney. I forgot about Jamie Feeney, who runs all those teams.
Here's a pass out to Saylor. Tristan Saylor for the line. And he now has as many tries in under-20s Origin as his father had in State of Origin. He goes over and scores a try. Tristan Saylor. Try number 2 for Queensland. He's over in the corner, and doesn't he love it?
Oh, he does. And speaking of legends of the game, the son of one of the legends of the game, Wendell Saylor, Tristan Saylor, too much speed. Still had a little bit of work to do, but just very fast, and a great finish by him. And he'll also have a chance to try and convert the goal for his own try.
Yeah, terrific finish. Tristan Saylor been in very good form for the Dragons. Point scoring machine, 10 points to 0. He ran straight past you, Kurt Richards, or just near you anyway. Got great bit of toe there, does Tristan Saylor, the son of Wendell.
Yeah, he certainly does, mate. That was a great finish by him down the right-hand touchline, and we had a real arm wrestle there for a while. It was great to see Queensland come out on top, just creating numbers down that short side.
And wasted no time going down that side as well. Tristan Saylor.
He was the 18th man from memory for the under-18s last year at this same venue, so he's got a starting spot this year, and he's made the most of it.
A Bachelor of Commerce and Arts for Tristan Saylor. This one waved away from the touchline. It was a difficult attempt at conversion. So it's 10 points to 0. Queensland leading New South Wales. Had 17 minutes of the first half. Those watching on qrl.com.au will be very happy. Those watching at the moment on the New South Wales Rugby League website will be a little nervous. Welcome everyone watching, no matter the platform tonight, NRL.com and the NRL app as well. Suncorp Stadium, the venue. Peter Basoldas, Adrian Vowles, Kurt Richards, your commentary team for the Under-20s Origin. A game that Queensland has never won. Going back to Vowles, we spoke about it earlier when the first coach of the Queensland Under-20s is the current Origin coach in Kevin Walters.
In 2013, one of the players who scored a try for Queensland was Anthony Milford, and he lines up in State of Origin tonight in his debut game for Queensland.
4 players on debut, 2 from each state in Origin 1 tonight. It's a nice kick downfield and it's well handled at the back as well by Nick Meaney. I've been impressed with what I've seen from him so far, Meaney. He's getting involved, nice chiming in the Blues back line. Here's a dangerous play. Curtis Scott beats one, then another. Roycroft comes back, and with the help there of Palacia, makes the tackle.
I played with Nick Meaney's dad, Scotty Meaney, back in the Gold Coast Seagulls days. He played for the Giants and the Seagulls. We see a penalty there to New South Wales, but his dad was a winger back in the day and good finisher of the footy.
Penalty going to the Blues. Perfect field position for them. An ideal opportunity here for New South Wales to hit back. Trailing 10 points to 0. The ball there with Troy Dargan from Parramatta. After a little bit of a conference, kicks the ball out. So big chance here for New South Wales to hit right back. Scott taps it, gives it to Murchie from the Canberra Raiders. Jack Murchie will play it. 7 up from the line. There's the big number 10, Blake Laurie. He's got the ball down, has he? Referee points to it. He can see the ball on the ground, and he has scored the try. Blake Laurie from St George Illawarra. Is it going to be awarded? We're waiting for it. Referee going back now. He'll point to the spot. Try awarded. 10-4. Queensland lead New South Wales. That is with a kick to come. Very strong run. He's had some great touches, hasn't he? The big number 10 for New South Wales, Blake Laurie, so far tonight, Vowlesy.
Yeah, big and aggressive, and that's a big, strong run. Queensland will be disappointed they've let him score underneath the post and right through the middle of him, but he knew once he got that footy that no one was going to stop him. A great try for New South Wales to put, not that they're out of the game, but put them right back in it with a kick in front and make the score 10-6.
10 points to 4, will be 10-6. Jai Field will be the man to attempt to add the extras. But the try scorer there for New South Wales, Blake Laurie, diploma in business from St George Illawarra. Here's Jai Field. He'll have no problem with this one. That is a terrific shot that we've got there for you. The attempted conversion. Don't even need to describe this one. You'll see it go over yourself. That is a great shot. And straight over the black dot. 10 points to 6. That's a big hit back, Kurt Richards from New South Wales.
Yeah, it is. And the first thing you obviously talk about with your attack in any level of the game is running hard. And Laurie certainly did that there. And he spent a fair bit of this year playing out in the Intrust Super Cup with Illawarra against men. And it certainly showed.
A good point you make there, Kurt, because there's a number of these players. Curtis Scott has been playing a lot with the East Tigers in the Intrust Super Cup in Queensland, along with Brodie Croft. We've seen quite a few of these players play for various teams, whether it be in the Intrust Super Premiership or Intrust Super Cup in Queensland or New South Wales. I understand that Philip Sami from the Gold Coast, along with Noma Matanga, also from the Gold Coast, about to start lining up for Tweed as well in the coming weeks.
Yeah, and I think it's a good thing. I speak for myself. I came in. It was a nice offload there.
Oh, great offload. Field. He's in the backfield. And he gets to Shibasaki, who makes the tackle on Jai Field. We'll pick up that point very soon. Robson now. He's at acting half. Dargan. They go across field. Nice little inside ball there to Meaney. Oh, he almost slipped away there from Brodie Croft. You get up and play it. 11 out from the line. Big chance here, New South Wales. The kick in the in-goal area is a very good one. Coming back to field, it is AJ Brimson for Queensland. And a repeat set of 6, goal line dropout coming to the way of for New South Wales. Queensland under pressure.
Yeah, they are. And all of a sudden the tide's turned a little bit, and it's Queensland that are having to defend their line. They let a try in. Now under all sorts of pressure, another set of 6 coming very quickly for them from New South Wales.
Corey Allen will be the man to do the dropout. It's a shallow one. Well, watch out. Here's the try scorer in Laurie. Wasn't really winding up big time there, but good field position here for New South Wales. Butcher, big fan of Butcher. So strong. That time he's well handled. Noma's on the field there for Queensland. Now field, Meaney picked up. He's going to be sick of the side of Brody Croft. It's a good tackle from Croft on the New South Wales fullback. Field turns one on the inside there to Radley. Victor Radley from the Roosters. He'll get up and play it. Robson turns one on the inside there to Butcher. Strong tackle. Keegan Hipgrave on that Butcher. 13 on 13. Oh, miscommunication there, Meaney. Did it go forward? No, but the kick will just go dead. Bit of miscommunication there and a let-off for Queensland. And on that occasion, Sammy didn't tap it in the right spot. So he has to go back and do it again. But a 7 tackle set now for Queensland.
Yeah, it is. And a good set of defence there too. Keegan Hipgrave, Kurt, you've had a bit to do with him over the years. How do you rate him as a football player?
He's a real tough player, and he's just recently moved from the Broncos down to the Gold Coast Titans, but he's a real leader amongst this pack out here. He runs hard and he hits hard, and he's been a member of this Queensland system since he was 15 years old.
He's got a nice moustache too. He looks about 25.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
So we've got a blood situation here.
Just finishing off my point before, Soldier.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to come into grade at 18, which was the old reserve grade system, and playing against the likes of Graham Wynn and John Fafita and all those, those sort of older style players that, and you had to have your wits about you because they'd tell you what they were going to do to you. But it certainly made you better as a footy player. And I was only an 80-kilo rigging wet centre back then, but it certainly made me a better footballer by playing against them.
Strong tackle there on Hipgrave. It was the hooker there for New South Wales and Reece Robson. And that's a smart play given the circumstances. Just put it out, give everyone a rest. Because, and Kurt, you got the best seat in the house for this one. There's been some very big hits here. We used to, when you see under 20s, you quite often used to seeing heaps of points and some great tries, which is good to watch. I'm not saying this won't end up being a high-scoring game anyway, but the defence has been quite willing from both teams.
Yeah, it definitely has. And as I spoke about earlier, Justin Hodges said in the physical, and there was a lot of contact between the juniors.
Yeah, it certainly has been physical. Really enjoying the physicality of this game so far.
Yeah, and one of the blokes, and I like watching him, is the New South Wales number 10, Blake Laurie. He gives as good as he gets, and him and Hipgrave are
look at this at the scrum
having a little tussle there. Now they're nearly a punch up here.
No, they're holding each other. They won't throw anything. It's good to see a bit of feeling in it. In fact, there's a lot of feeling in this one. The under-20s origin, Jack Murchie with a nice hit up. Tell you what, Queensland want to get their defence sorted out on this right-hand edge. Curtis Scott succumbs to the tackle there on that occasion. It was Patrick Carrigan who's out on the field. Good to see him back playing. He's been out for about 7 or 8 weeks. This is his comeback game. 17 is out there for New South Wales. Billy Magoulias from Cronulla, and there's a mistake.
Good bustling defence from Queensland, particularly Carrigan, who's just come on fresh legs. as Kurt Richards informed us before the game, he's been out for a while and first game back, so they started him off the bench and he's already made an impact already.
12 minutes left in the half. And it's Queensland leading by 4. 10 points to 6. Emre Gula is on the field for New South Wales. Still plenty of feeling and a little bit of niggle in that scrum. It's actually good to see as Shibasaki. Nice little piece of footwork from Shibasaki. Almost went straight through. Now Sammy. Good defence there from New South Wales. The marker's not going to sleep. Ooh, a little bit of a juggling effort there from Roy Croft.
There's plenty of space on Queensland's right. There's only a couple of New South Wales players getting up and there's some space out the back.
Well, Brody Croft turns one on the inside there and it's been put down. That was a very good tackle there on Brownbill.
Number 9, Robson, he's been in everything tonight already and very tough footballer. Good shot.
Solid contact there. Carrigan on Jack Murchie. Loomy. You can feel those tackles in the effects, Mike. Rahman, he's brought down eventually.
A little bit unlucky there. His hand was actually caught in his arm. Well played.
Yeah, Mitch Dunn.
By
the
Mitch
man
Dunn.
penalised, but I think that he'll find himself a little bit unfortunate. But this is a big opportunity now for New South Wales. Good touch finder there from Dargan. They'll start the set just 20 metres away from the Queensland line. New South Wales, can they level things up here? It's with Cameron Murray, the captain. From the Rabbitohs. We'll see him play a fair bit of NRL. Huller there will play it. Now Fields. Well, that's well taken from Murchie. I don't think the ball was intended to go to him, but he took it very well. Now they're only 5 metres away, the Blues. They'll get up and play it. Ray Stone. Nice pass. Dargan gets the ball back. Dargan, the eel, now takes the line on. Only 3 metres away. Last tackle here. Will the ball go to Field? It does. Jai Field, grubbers for the in-goal area. Corey Allen perfectly positioned. Is he going to be forced back in the in-goal area? No, he won't. Good strength there from the Queensland fullback, Vowsy, and it turned a very tricky situation into, well, he saved the day there for his team because it looked like it was going to be another nice kick there from Field.
Yeah, great positioning. Corey Allen, well read. Certainly got his team out of a spot of bother. And then Shibasaki had a really good scoot as well, in a tough scoot with the New South Wales defence rushing up. Some solid hits. None more than the number 9 for New South Wales.
Stone looks a likely type that's come out on the field as well. That time kicking, trying to get the touch. Meany safely just knocks it up for himself. Brought down just past the 20.
I like the look of him, as you did, Salty. He certainly looks sharp at the back. Nick Meany for New South Wales.
Curtis Scott beats one, and well, he did well to hang on to that football. No, he hasn't done well. It's been turned over, has it? Penalty. They're saying it was stripped. Well, would have been happy for play on either way there. If he'd hung on to the ball there, Curtis Scott, or indeed it ended up in the hands of Keegan Hipgrave. He's been awarded there for a loose carry, Curtis Scott.
Yeah, well, I think they're saying the ball might have hit the ground before he pulled it out. But, yeah, either way, would have been fine with me. But New South Wales in great attacking position. Another good run there from Murchie. Yeah,
Murchie's been outstanding. New South Wales trailing by 4, 20 metres away from the line. And number 8, who started off the bench there in Gula. Now, here they go. Shifting the ball out. Loomy for the corner, and Tristan Saylor puts him in the touch. Raymond gives the ball there to his winger with plenty of space. Isaac Loomy from the Sharks, and there was no panic there from the Queensland defence. And they'll get the scrum feed 10 metres out in their own line.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's one of the best fends I've seen from Jesse Raymond. He's just hit Daniel Brownbill with the best fend, just knocked him over, and they were very unlucky not to score in the corner through Lumi, but yeah, a great fend from Jesse Raymond.
It certainly was. Let's get a comment. Sideline, Kurt Richards.
Oh, those last two defensive sets by Queensland online have been outstanding. You can see down here on the field, the middles for Queensland have really been starting to blow for the last 5 minutes, but they just keep turning up for each other.
Plenty of feeling in this game, as we keep saying. Shibasaki, strong run from him. There's Sammy. Good quick play the ball from the winger. No surprise given what Kurt just said, that the first 3 tackles have all been backs in this set of 6. Make that the first 4 tackles as Saylor goes on a run. Not one forward has touched the football in this set for Queensland. It's all the backs getting involved. Until now, Dunn. Now Croft. There's an opening. Hipgrave, he's got support and he's inside. Brimson, inside ball to the man that started it, and he'll finish it. Brodie Croft, he deserved a try and gets one right underneath the post. Beautifully worked try from Queensland. As I mentioned, Vowsy, he had the first major role in that play, did Brodie Croft, and deserved to finish it. Class play from a class halfback.
Yeah, he's been outstanding tonight, Brodie Croft. Been in everything. It was a nice offload too from Keegan Hipgrave that put him in the hole. And just beautiful footy, backed each other up. Knew what each other was doing, and a nice finish in the end by Brodie Croft, who's salty, as you said. He's been in everything, in attack, defence, and a great young footballer.
Yeah, he has been in absolutely everything, has Brodie Croft. Well, that was quality stuff there. Kurt Richards from the Queensland halves combining with a nice touch in there too from Keegan Hipgrave.
Yeah, it was, boys. It was a great turnaround. You know, Queensland were under the pump there on the back of a couple penalties, but they went up tempo there with their back 5, getting them out of trouble, and then the forwards carried late, and some really good support play there from Brimson and Croft.
Well, they had the momentum, didn't they, in New South Wales for the last 10 minutes. It's been all New South Wales, and Queensland have just been defending, and against the runner play, just by hitting holes and backing each other up, they've scored a nice try.
AJ Brimson, who threw the last pass, an apprentice carpenter from the Gold Coast Titans. Saw him have a very good game in the Holden Cup a couple of weeks ago against Manly on a Saturday afternoon, as Tristan Saylor makes no mistake. Adding the extras, so Queensland back out to that 10-point margin. 16 points to 6. And Vowsy, and I'll get Kurt you to talk about this as well, this is a real dangerous part of the game for both sides. We see a lot in the Holden Cup. Last 4 or 5 minutes of a half, plenty of points scored.
Yeah, it is. It can change just like that. It's just a matter of one simple error and then all of a sudden a try scored and then another one really quickly. But yeah, they're both very good defensively, both of these sides. Really impressed with some of the hits and some of also the defence where they've been caught short on numbers, but they've scrambled for each other.
And Kurt, is one of the reasons why we see a lot of points in this stage of games in, say, the Holden Cup is because the guys still adjusting to play 40-minute halves?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of them, you know, especially in Queensland, a lot of them are 18 and 19 years old, just come out of schoolboy footy, which is, you know, 30, 35-minute halves, and they're just not maturing enough to hang in there for long periods.
Brimson there with a flat pass to Roy Croft. Been strong on an edge tonight, has Roy Croft. Now, well, there's a clever kick from Brodie Croft.
You know what I love about these games, Solly, and I think I say it every year, but the fact that these boys get to meet their heroes when they're training, and the Origin heroes, and then also their parents get, if they can, get to come to these games, or they get to watch it on here, and all the families and relations and friends, you know, just get to see what their son or cousin or whatever's doing, and just get to follow their career but enjoy it as well.
Crowd building too the longer this game has gone on. There's about 7,000 or 8,000 inside the stadium at the moment, if not in their seats, and they're at least watching from various vantage points around the ground. Loomy there. And gets a penalty. So an opportunity here for New South Wales in the shadows of half-time to close the gap. Dargan with the touch finder. Well, they're going to go on the attack here, New South Wales. And it's with the number 11 there, the skipper, Cameron Murray. Michael Maguire, if he's not at the ground, will be watching tonight, seeing how his young charter is going from the Rabbitohs there. Another one of the Eels that's in the team in Ray Stone. Now Dargan steps, beats one. He's got Stone, goes for the line, and he's been brought down. Solid contact there.
Hipgrave it was again.
Fields holds this one up. Meany gives the ball to Curtis Scott. Flick pass from Scott. Gives the ball to Ruben Garlick, who scores a remarkable try in the corner. Great work. He flicked it up. Curtis Scott knew his winger was going to be there, and Ruben Garlick didn't have a lot to do, didn't have a lot of time to do it, but did it so very well.
Yeah, he did a beautiful flick pass in the end by Scott to put Garlick over in the corner, and I thought Queensland defence would stop it. I thought that shut it down, but the flick pass out the back allowed Garlick to score a nice try in the corner.
That was a sublime piece of skill there by Curtis Scott. Terrific play. And then Ruben Garlick, it was almost as if to say, put it on fast forward, because he got the ball and bang straight down. Otherwise, he was in the touch.
Well, just before that play, I thought Raymond Stone was going to score as well, but it was a good tackle from Keegan Hipgrave to stop it, and then New South Wales have gone to their right-hand side, and a beautiful flick pass from Scott.
So Queensland leading by 16 points to 10. Curtis Scott has a Certificate 3 in carpentry. And Ruben Garlick, Bachelor of Property and Real Estate at Deakin Uni. Might be going in for a loan
well,
in the future.
If anything, Soldy, they've got a good network connection going on there for in the future.
Yeah.
They all stick around and remain friends.
All right, we're just about at half-time. And we'll head down to Kurt Richards in just a moment. Conversion waved away. That will be half-time here at Suncorp Stadium. Queensland leading 16 points to 10. Let's head down to you, Kurt Richards. In just a moment, you're going to have a chat to one of the players. You've got Brody Croft there with you. Take it away, Kurt.
Yeah, I've got Brody Croft here, the Queensland captain, down with me on the field. And Brody, a really good first half there for Queensland. Obviously a little bit disappointed with the try in the end. What are your thoughts going into the second half?
I think we just need to keep doing what we've been doing this first half. As you said, that try at the end there kind of put a sour note of the half, but apart from that, we've been D'ing up really well, getting aggressive line speed, completing our sets has been the most important thing, I thought. Getting to our kicks and then beasting up down that end of the field, so we need more of that in the second half.
Well, you're steering the team around really well, mate. Keep it up in the second half. All the best.
Thanks, Kurt.
Thanks, Salty.
Thank you, Kurt, and thank you very much to Brody Croft for joining us. We're about to take a break here from the stadium for the half. Owsy, but your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, just a good half of footy. Both teams have been dominant in stages of that game, and the start was Queensland, then New South Wales came back, and then Queensland got a try out of the run of play, and the New South Wales finished the half strongly. So it's been a great game of footy, and really impressed with the attack and defence of both sides.
Well, we'll be back in a few minutes from now for the second half. 16-10, Queensland leading New South Wales in the under-20s. Not all that far away from the second half getting underway here at Suncorp Stadium for the under-20s origin. It is Queensland leading New South Wales by 16 points to 10 at half-time. Peter Basoldis along with Adrian Vowles and Kurt Richards with you for this game. Hope you're enjoying it no matter where you're watching it, right across Australia, right across the globe on the various websites taking our coverage tonight. Good game we've had so far, Vowsy. Plenty of feeling in it, some terrific skill as well. I have to say, it's one of the better under-20s games that under-20s origins that we've seen. We've seen some beauties, but this one is certainly right up there. We're only halfway through.
Yeah, it is, and we've seen some good tries already in this game, and just general all-around good footy. And defensively, they've really been physical, and particularly the boys up front. They've been having a great little battle there, and particularly when they're coming into the scrums. But yeah, it's great to see, and both coaches of the sides will be no doubt pretty happy with aspects of that game.
Most definitely, as just to highlight a couple of the players that we saw in the first half. And like I said, we're not all that far away from seeing the players. I've been very impressed with Cam Murray from New South Wales, the captain, and Nat Butcher as well too. Looks to be a likely type, but for mine, Reece Robson, the Dragons hooker, has been very strong for the Blues in that first 40.
Yeah, and Curtis Scott, I think, has been outstanding out wide. He's been dangerous all the time, and then throwing Nick Meaney at the back, and Lumi's been doing a lot of work for his team as well.
Queensland making their way back out onto Suncorp Stadium. Keegan Hipgrave very strong in defence from a Maroons point of view, but the player that has been head and shoulders probably above everyone on the field so far, Brodie Croft, it was outstanding in that first half.
Yeah, he has been. He's a class footballer, and playing in the Intrust Super Cup has certainly helped his game as well, but just being in that Melbourne Storm arena and just training with those champions has certainly grow anyone's game, I think.
Now, I think Wendell Saylor will be in the stadium, but I do want to apologise to Wendell for the little comment I made as we're underway for the second half. New South Wales kicking off, Queensland to receive, and first use of the football there for Carrigan. Tristan Saylor scored. I did say he equalled his dad's State of Origin scoring record. But one try in his 12 Origins for Wendell.
Geez, that's... I didn't know that. I thought he scored more than that, Wendell. He would have made a lot of yards in those Origins if they'd have counted the metres like they do now.
Oh, wouldn't he what? Queensland looking for an early shift. Brimson takes the line on. Start here for the Maroons into New South Wales territory.
I'm pretty sure Dell would have all those stats if you asked him as well.
Oh, I just asked him, yeah. Noma Matanga there for Queensland. Now, Croft chips, runs in the traffic. Hipgrave's out after it, but he was about 1.5 metres in front of his halfback, so an easy penalty there for the referees to adjudicate on. And New South Wales will get a piggyback downfield.
You don't see the chip kick much anymore. It's a bit of a dying art. It's good to see that Brodie Croft backed himself there. Probably a little bit too deep, but he's certainly a nice little option.
Seen some terrific exponents of the chip kick over the years.
I reckon Phil Blake, I always go back to Phil Blake in the 80s when he was at Manly, was outstanding.
And he didn't mind where he did it from.
No.
New South Wales into Queensland territory. Strong contact there on Butcher. Queensland obviously have done their homework on Butcher. Been onto him very quickly. And, oh, his little bobble there, and he's dropped the ball. That's a rare blemish for the lock forward.
Yeah, it might just cross down to Kurt Richards with the half-time report. No doubt he's talked to both sets of coaches.
Take it away, Kurt. In fact, we'll come back down to Kurt in just a moment, who might be with us again now, Kurt.
Yes, I am, mate. And yeah, I did get a chance to have a chat to both coaches, and Danny Badiris would be pretty honoured with the start to that half there. He spoke about cleaning up the execution and having
that radio mic just cut out there. And we're not the only ones with the issues with the radio mic tonight. I notice there's a couple who might be a gremlin in the system around Suncorp Stadium. We'll get that one fixed very shortly. Carrigan. Saw the on-ground MCs have a few issues before.
Yeah, it's certainly catching, and nothing worse too when you're trying to do your job, and the mics, for whatever which happens in all walks of life.
A little bit of second phase play. It ends up there with Allen. And you get up and play it. Hipgrave. Keegan Hipgrave. He's well built, Keegan Hipgrave.
He's an NRL player every day of the week.
Here they go. Brimson gives the ball there to Allen, who's now bobbed up on the other side of the field. And that was the last. So they tried to catch New South Wales napping. Good defence from the Blues. And a changeover. 12 out from their own line, New South Wales. Murchie. Strong run.
And he's Hipgrave's side, the Titans. Jared Haynes, it's the last day that he's got to say yay or nay to his Titans extension as well. Midnight tonight, 11 o'clock tonight. Which way will he go, Salty?
Oh, I think he'll be staying.
I think I'd be staying for 1.1 million as well.
It's got a funny feeling. Here's Emre Gula from Canberra. New South Wales on the front foot. Field. He's been very good. He's been outstanding, in fact. He's into the backfield, gets around Allen, and he'll score the first try of the second half. Terrific solo try, Jay Field from the Dragons. He had a terrific first half, and he started off the second half in sensational fashion. Just saw an opening, boom, went straight through and scored.
He's a talented footballer, Jai Field, and he did. He just saw the little half gap, just took off. Great turn of speed, good footwork. Went around the fullback to score in the corner, and as I said earlier in the call, they've got huge raps on him at St George, and that's why you love seeing a player back themselves, and he backed himself in that situation.
He certainly did. Kurt Richards, we'll head back down to you. Terrific play there from the New South Wales 5'8".
Yeah, we'll try again here, Salty, and we're going to move to the other side. Clearer, but it was a great right foot step there and just sort of left Harley Roycroft on the ground and a blistering turn of speed there.
Yeah, it certainly was. Great turn of speed. And then terrific evasive skills to get around a very well-known, very promising player in attack. We know, but he's a good defender, Corey Allen, and made him look second-rate.
Yeah, he did, and you want that from your halves to take that line on. You don't want them to be just pass. You want them taking the line on, putting the defence in two minds.
Tricky attempt at conversion. Right from the sideline. Moves in. Good strike on it. In fact, it's gone straight between the posts. We're all tied up here at Suncorp. 6 minutes gone in the second half of the under-20s Origin. It's New South Wales and Queensland locked together at 16 all. Jai Field with a terrific solo try and then did very well in converting his own try.
Yeah, he did. Nice kick from the sideline and a nice try to boot, but it's a good start to this half. New South Wales have come out and have shown that they're going to play some footy, and we've got an even ball game now.
Stone, Fuller running into the Queensland defence. Well, folks, enjoying this one. Tell your friends, tell everyone about it. Tell them to tune in now because we're in for an exciting 33 and a half minutes of rugby league. The under-20s Origin producing a great encounter. There's the offload to Stone. And now he's got the ball away to the hooker there in Reece Robson. And Robson's brought down. New South Wales can smell blood. They're ready to pounce. Inside ball there from Dargan to the lock for... Oh, that one was... I think it might have been stripped, in fact. Nat Butcher, it might have been stripped. Went backwards from Queensland into Allen.
Very lucky it was stripped because I think it was Keegan Hipgrave came out of the line to put the shot on. Bounced off, left the hole there. And Queensland were in all sorts of trouble.
That they certainly were. Shibasaki. Back's trying to do the work. That is a terrific tackle on Tristan Saylor. Nat Butcher jumping out of marker. Grant. Well, they're at 6s and 7s here at Queensland, but they'll try to create something here. Matanga.
That pass had to go one more pass out, an overlap on their left-hand edge, Queensland.
Big kick from Brody Croft. Just roosts it downfield. Meany takes it at the back, gives it to Lumi. And Isaac Lumi. The strong run. New South Wales with the field position. Dargan, long pass. Curtis Scott gets away from Brimson. Shibasaki comes in, makes the tackle. Brimson there to help as well. The Blues in the Queensland territory. 10 metres into Queensland territory, in fact. He's almost getting through there as Murchie. He's been threatening all night, the big number 12. Stone's been very good off the bench. The eel. Can't miss him there with all the hair. And he's lost it. Well, there's the commentator's curse. You give a player a rap and he loses the ball.
He has been good, but very, very good for New South Wales, Stone. And he just tried to wrestle in that tackle. And when he did, the ball came loose. But, yeah, I've liked what he's brought to his team. When he's come on, he's been aggressive in his defence, aggressive when he's running. And he's having a good running battle with the Queensland forwards.
That he certainly is. We've been telling you tonight, while we've been going through the game, some of the fantastic work done by the NRL Wellbeing and Education team, supported by the clubs, what the players have been doing. There's also two career coaches at the clubs. There's a no work, no study, no play rule that's in effect for the under-20s players. Mandated non-training times as well. So non-training time, it means it's study time or career time for those involved in the Holden Cup or NYC. A lot of the educational expenses are covered. We know there's a low salary cap, but also, I think more importantly, Vowsy, is that what the Wellbeing and Education team have done, and that's for helping the players with a lot of the educational expenses, which can get right up there.
Yeah, I think it's great. And also, when they're working and when they're going to uni, it also brings them down to earth as well. And just, you know, rather than living in a bit of a bubble, as I think a little while back, I think that happened. I think everyone thought they're going to be an NRL player. But I think when you're working and learning, you're with other people, and, you know, people can bring you down to earth pretty quickly if you get above yourself.
Strong run there from Curtis Scott, earns a penalty. Pat Carrigan, the man that is penalised. One there for a little win there for rugby league. The fact that Pat Carrigan is playing rugby league. Went to a school that they play a lot of rugby union at. And still chose to play league, which is good to see.
I think he likes the contact, Carrigan. He's been great since he's come on tonight, and really physical.
New South Wales on the front foot. It's been all the Blues so far in the second half. Getting up and play it there is Murray. The 14 is there, back out there again for New South Wales as well there in Radley. This time it's Huller. He's brought down. You can see Radley there. Just number 14 looks to go himself. Can't catch the Queenslanders napping. Horsburgh in there, helps make the tackle. Dargan. Flat pass, gives the ball there to Butcher, now field. Flick pass from Murray to Curtis Scott. Scott's brought down, 5 away from the line. Carrigan there. Sammy in there as well. There's the kick. In. Oh, taking no chances there is Corey Allen. The kick came there from Ruben Garlick. And we've got a Queenslander down in back play. Just not
is that
quite sure who it is. It might be.
Oh, no, that's Hipgrove there.
Just can't quite see who it is at this stage, but there's a fair bit of concern there for the Queensland player who's on his back, so we just can't see who it is at the moment. We might get a comment while there is this stoppage from Kurt Richards, who's on the sideline for us. Kurt, New South Wales with all the momentum at this stage.
Yeah, they do, mate. And Danny Badiris would be very happy with that. One of the things he spoke to his team about at half-time was their execution and connecting a bit better in attack. And both the halves here in Dargan and Field have really put that together in the second half. And down on the ground at the moment, that's Hiali Roycroft, the right back rower for Queensland. Left side.
Yeah, now that we've seen him get up, and he's had a very good game, has Hiali Roycroft so far, but Unfortunately, his night may well be over.
Well, his knee looks like it's heavily strapped there anyway, and he, just watching his facial expression, he's in a lot of pain. Let's hope it's not an ACL injury. But as you can see, it's already strapped up. I don't know if he's had that done at half time, but looks in a world of hurt there.
This is a shame. Roycroft, he's going to be taken beyond the dead ball line. Yarley Roycroft.
This is a big 5 minutes for Queensland, Salty. They've got to really aim up here in defence. New South Wales have got a bit of wind in their sail. It's really important. They've got to come up with a great defensive effort here to keep New South Wales out.
I think with the amount of ball that New South Wales have had and the amount of defending Queensland have had to do, they might appreciate that break of play. Certainly not because it came at the expense of a teammate, but here we go. We're back underway, and it's New South Wales with Meaney, and he's only 25 metres away from the line. Hulla. Strong run there from Hulla. Radley at acting half. Stone. Every hit up he's taken tonight's been with purpose since he came on the field. They're only a couple of metres away. Radley's brought down, tried to go on his own. They'll have to watch Dargan here. Dargan turns one on the inside. Stone for the line. Dunn's got hold of him. Horsburgh in there along with Croft. They make the tackle. Last play coming up. Dargan, he dummy to his outside, kicks the in-goal area, and that has been knocked on New South Wales. Has it, or forced dead? Seeing what that initial call is. No, they're saying that the Blues player coming out after it didn't get a hand to it, and it's going to be a dropout, so more pressure on Queensland.
Well, they're a bit unlucky there, Queensland. I thought that came off a New South Wales hand, but a nice little kick either way for New South Wales to force more pressure, and they look dangerous when they go wide, New South Wales. They're trying to go a little bit up the middle there, but I think they need to go wide a little bit more to get a bit more joy.
Here's the dropout. Oh, strong contact again. That time it's Grant on Murchie. Now Stone.
Outstanding Stone.
Skinner there. Tom Skinner from Penrith with a good tackle. And you heard the call for penalty. Too much going on in the tackle there. Stone and Horsburgh. And... oh, well,
there's a little sharp right.
I think there's too much in that.
Corey Horsburgh's not going to back down, that's for certain. And neither was Raymond Stone, for that matter.
Well, Corey Horsburgh, you won't expect him to back down. Look at the colour of his hair.
Yeah, that's right.
Won't take much for him to get fired up.
Fighting redhead. I like both of them. I really like what Stone brings to this New South Wales side. He's been outstanding in attack and defence, aggressive.
Vowsy, I don't think there's too much in this, is there? New South Wales have got the penalty. Let's all play on.
I think it's just a bit of a meeting here. Three-way meeting.
This will be a warning. After what we've just heard there in the background of the report.
Could be to do with the man bun.
Oh, well, you know what? That's the one that we saw.
He did
coming
too.
over the top. I'm not sure anyone else did throw one.
I don't think he did.
So Horsburgh's gone, Stone's gone, both gone for 10.
Come together, mate.
I hope that's out of the system now, okay? We're going to keep playing football. We've had a good game so far. Cut it out. Got it? Cool. Penalties there.
Well, two players in the sin bin.
Handled.
Two players in the sin bin. And New South Wales are going to try to break the deadlock. Well, what did you see down there at ground level, Kurt Richards?
Oh, it was a bit hard to see in the middle of the melee from here, but it's the last thing coaches need, was someone in the bin at this.
3 straight penalties in the second half against Queensland.
Well, 16 all is the score, and Dryfield about to line up this shot.
Cass, 10 metres, mate.
Guys, keep coming. Queensland.
16 all.
10 metres. 10 metres, guys. Brody, Keegan, on 10 metres.
Dryfield to add the 2 points for New South Wales to put them in front for the first time tonight. He'll make no mistake with this one, given what we've seen so far. Moves in and just sneaks that one inside the upright. So New South Wales are in front, 18 points to 16. And Vowsy, given the amount of ball that New South Wales have had in Queensland territory, that's probably one of the best results that Queensland could have had, just conceding the 2 points.
Yeah, well, I always reckon you don't want to do what they don't want you to do, the opposition want you to do. And I think Queensland would have been begging them to take a kick for 2 there, to give them a rest. Really important for Queensland that they get a good defensive set here, no penalties, and put some pressure on New South Wales.
Well, Haller.
He's been strong since he's come on as well.
Strong run from him. Radley at acting half. Finds the player on his outside. Almost lost it. Now Radley goes out of acting half. Halasia makes the tackle along with Skinner. Field finds Murchie. How good of an athlete does he look like? The Jack Murchie from Canberra. Now Field sets it up now for Scott. Walk out. Here's Curtis Scott. Beats one, then another. Good tackle. Brody Croft, the East Tigers teammates. Melbourne Storm teammates coming together there. Try saver from the Queensland halfback. Now Dargan, New South Wales in a mood. Raman going for the line. Is he going to get there? No. Held up, just short of the line. And that was the last.
Nice tackle, good defence, Queensland.
What about Curtis Scott when he broke through, thought he was destined to score. Terrific defensive. Oh, New South Wales all forcing him back, but he got the ball to Grant. Great work from Brownbill. Got the ball to his hooker in Harry Grant.
And luckily he did. It would have been a dropout for Queensland. But yeah, you're right about Curtis Scott. He looks every inch the footballer, doesn't he? He's great in defence, but just in attack, he's causing problems all night.
So you don't have to worry about the future of the Melbourne Storm, do you? When you look at guys like Harry Grant, Brandon Smith, who's not in this game, obviously, a New Zealander. Cameron Munster still very young. I mentioned Brody Croft with Curtis Scott there as well. They got some good young players there.
Yeah,
the Storm.
I think they'll be pretty strong for years to come. I know when as they say, the big three will retire at some stage, but they've got some good kids coming through.
Loomy.
Nice
That's a
tackle.
terrific defensive effort there
Croft
from New
again.
South Wales. And Croft, you're right, good shot from him. At the field position here for the Blues. Meany's into Queensland territory by 5 metres. He's limping after that one as well. Here's Ruben Garlick. Garlick 32 metres away. Centre field here for New South Wales. On the attack they go. Getting up and playing it there is Butcher. Now Dargan trying to take the line on himself. Good tackle from Grant. And Hipgrave in there as well. Tackle number 500 of the night for Keegan Hipgrave, it would seem. Kick from field towards the goal area. Tristan Saylor gets it. Tries to put a bit of a move on the goal area. Thought he was going to pass the ball there to Corey Allen, but he's tackled. What's Loomy running off with the football there?
What? I'm not sure. A little bit of play acting there, I think, with Loomy.
18 minutes left. It's New South Wales in front by 2. Peter Basoldas, Adrian Bowles, and Kurt Richards with you. Let's go sideline. Kurt Richards and Kurt. This pressure continue to be applied here by New South Wales.
Yeah, it does. And I thought in the first half that Brody Croft did an outstanding job to manage his team there and got him to the front. But the second half, it's been turned here. And the only thing keeping Queensland in this at the moment is their online defence.
Offload on that occasion, and it's with Radley. Another likely type is Victor Radley. Started the game. He's another Rooster. Here's the Raider in. He's going to score. Jack Murchie deserves a try and gets one. He's been so strong for the Blues on an edge tonight. They extend their lead to 6 with a kick to come. Impressive work. All too easy, though, in the end, it must be said, though, by Jack Murchie.
Yeah, I think it was quite soft defence in the end there by Queensland, but Murchie again backed himself, much like Blake Laurie did in the first half, backed himself to score that try, and the defence had to do so much. Queensland in the end, they just got tired and missed a soft tackle there.
All too easy in the end there for Jack Murchie. And Murchie has a certificate for in youth work and teacher's aid. There's Jack Murchie. And once again, well done to the NRL Wellbeing and Education team. 22 points to 16. This is a big conversion. Given what we've seen so far tonight, though, of Jai Field, he should have absolutely no problem with it.
Just got Prince there barking out some orders from Justin Hodges. Not a bad bloke to have, talking to the young fellas and telling them what to do in this situation. Jamie Feeney on the right of the screen, the yellow shirt, he's doing the same for New South Wales, the assistant coach of the Australian Gillaroos. Salty, who you're a part of the media side of that for the Gillaroos as well.
Yeah, he's a passionate league man, is Jamie Feeney. And so a very, very good person for the girls to have in the Gillaroos, and also very good for the guys to have as well here tonight from the New South Wales under-20s. Moves in, that's an impressive conversion. 8-point lead to New South Wales. Danger times for Queensland. The Blues in full control as we go back down sideline and Kurt Richards.
Yeah, I think Queensland here, they just need some field possession. The whole half is their end. They need to get down New South Wales end and really start forcing and applying some pressure.
Of course, Adrian, you'll be going against Jamie Feeney in a few weeks' time, or a couple of months' time, in fact, when you're in charge of the Queensland girls in the women's interstate game.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We've got our trials this weekend, so with Northern, Central and Southeast Queensland playing on the Gold Coast. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the girls go and hopefully pick a very strong Queensland women's side to try and win back the trophy that New South Wales won for the first time last year.
Well, that's coming up in July, isn't it?
Yeah, middle of July. We're playing at Wollongong before our St George game. So, yeah, no, both sets of girls from New South Wales and Queensland are really looking forward to it.
Yeah, they certainly are. Looking forward to the last 14 minutes here of this one. Good set here from New South Wales. It is on the last. Dargan just had to reach up for that one. Puts it high. No pressure there on Allen. Takes it well. Had some defence on him as he hit the ground. Took it very well, did Corey Allen. Big set here for Queensland. They need to get some sort of momentum going. Saylor, though, is well wrapped up. Brownbill.
They need to make sure they're pushing up in attack. Queensland is sort of one out, and they're going to push holes in this New South Wales defence. They've got to push up.
Big back line there for Queensland. Crimson took the line on himself. Palacia, and that was stripped. So that was a penalty that didn't really need to be given away there by New South Wales. If it wasn't the last, and it was at least tackle 4. So Queensland weren't really posing too many questions, but this could be a bit of a turning point. For the first time in a long time, Queensland will get into New South Wales territory.
And they need to be patient, Queensland too. It's not a matter of just getting up here. They've got to be patient. Make sure they get some sort of a result, whether it's a try or another set of 6. But it's a funny old game, rugby league. It can turn very quickly, and all of a sudden Queensland can have the dominance.
Carrigan on the attack. The 14 is out there for Queensland in Jerome Burns. Dangerous play. When you get some football here, the fresh man. Horsburgh back out there, so we are on 13 on 13. 10 minutes went quickly.
Quick 10 minutes.
Now, out the back they go. Brimson to Croft. Croft tries to get away from the defenders and can't. He's well handled on that occasion. Carrigan. 5 away from the line. Can Queensland force a repeat set of 6? Brimson kicks the in-goal area, and that's exactly what they'll do. So Queensland's turn to build a little bit of pressure, trailing by 8.
Yeah, that's a better set of 6 by Queensland, and good defence as well by New South Wales, but they're going to have to back that up now. They've got a dropout coming. Back-to-back sets of 6 for New South Wales for the first time in this half. So it'll be very interesting to see what Queensland bring in attack, but also what New South Wales do in defence here.
24-16 the score. 11 and a half minutes left. Big finish coming up to the under-20s origin. Peter Basoldis, Adrian Vowles, Kurt Richards here with you at Suncorp Stadium as the crowd builds, and they're witnessing a very good game of rugby league. Carrigan plays at the Burns. Burns, flat bars to Palacia. Palacia, oh, he was looking for support. Horsburgh's a little bit late arriving on the scene. He'll eventually play it. Burns, Croft, and Carrigan getting in the way there. It was meant for Corey Allen. And no advantage there as Burns thought he was pouncing on the loose pass. It'll be back here for New South Wales after the mistake there from Carrigan.
We were talking about careers before. One of the blokes I train with a few of the old footy players, and Campo and Peter Gill and Luke Hayes, and AJ Brimson actually works for Luke Hayes, Hayes Construction, and so it's great to see ex-footballers helping the new breed of footballers coming through and employing them and helping them in the workforce.
The Campo you talk about is Kevin Campion.
Kevin Campion,
no
yes.
doubt.
Yes.
The most prolific Twitterer in rugby league is Campo. He loves it.
Yeah, every time if I put a tweet up, it definitely gets a retweet of Campo.
Yeah.
He's my main retweeter.
Playing the ball there is Murchie.
And the most prolific person I've seen getting head cuts over his career.
Oh, at least 1 or 2 a game. Good run there from Robson. New South Wales marching downfield. Dargan. Nice ball to Murray. And he's brought down. Last one coming up here for New South Wales. Dargan kicks into open spaces, and that one is a penalty. They're saying that Brimson was taken out. It's a harsh one against New South Wales. Queensland will certainly take it, but
because he can't disappear when someone jumps for the ball. He can't just disappear and not, be standing there. It's. I guess it's one in those rules. There's grey areas, and that was certainly one of them.
9 minutes left, still plenty of time. Kurt, as Queensland with a much-needed penalty there from their point of view as Hipgrave takes a hit up.
Yeah, it is. We've got a real good battle for field position here, and hopefully Queensland can finish their set here well and keep New South Wales locked into a pocket.
We'll get up and play it now. Shibasaki, Horsburgh, Brimson, Croft, kicks early, and coming out after this one is Saylor. Will he get the bounce? He does. Kicks back infield, and Corey Allen knocks it on. Oh, it would have been one of the tries of the season, not just in under-20s, throw the NRL, throw any competition in. That would have been spectacular, and it almost paid off.
A well-weighted kick, and then great work from Saylor. But I thought Daniel Brownbill should have just picked that ball up and went himself. He's gone for the tip on. I just think if he'd have grabbed that ball, at the very least he would have got a quick play the ball, but great effort, great effort.
Because it was only tackle too. Still plenty of time left, 8 minutes in fact, 8 points to margin, 24-16. Good tackle there, Croft in there. Palacia there as well, along with Horsburgh. And it was on the number 5 in Ruben Garlick, who's been strong coming in from the wing for New South Wales. The 17 will play it. That's Magoulias. Speaking of strong, that is a very good run there by Laurie, one of the try scorers tonight. And then Murchie. He's another one of the try scorers for New South Wales. Only 10 away from the line. The Blues kicking towards the in-goal area. Corey Allen gets it, and he has no choice but to run it dead. Smart play, perfect set of 6 there from the Blues.
Well, that whole set started from Magoulias, a great hit up, followed by Blake Laurie, another good hit up, and then Jack Murchie, another good hit. Just getting him such good go forward, and they just played on the back of that, allowed them the time to get that little kick through.
Short drop out, doesn't pay off. Curtis, well, it does in the end because Curtis drops it. And then tripped up there is Burns. So they're lucky they got a bit of something there on Burns, because when he winds up, he's a very quick player. And I know you'll vouch for that one, Kurt, because you've seen a lot of Jerome Burns.
Yeah, he's lightning fast, mate. If he finds a bit of space, he'll be hard to catch.
Fortune favoured the brave Queensland side there in being able to come up with the ball of a short dropout. Though it's not really a shock play if you look at teams like Ipswich Jets and Trust Super Cup, and the Bulldogs in the NRL like the short dropout.
Yeah, and good to see something a little bit different.
I think it'll come back for a New South Wales. No, it won't. Not off New South Wales. It's just gone back in a continuation of the tackle count. Doesn't restart. Allen on the last. Got to throw caution to the wind here, Queensland. And he kicks towards the touchline, Brady Croft. New South Wales won't mind that one.
He needs to keep that ball in play there, Brady Croft. Even if he kicks it back to the middle, they don't want to be losing time packing scrums.
6 minutes left. New South Wales with that 8-point margin. 24 points to 16. Kept Queensland scoreless in this second half, the Blues. It was 16 points to 6 just before half-time when New South Wales scored, trailed by 16-10 at the break. We'll get the scrum pack. Dargan to feed it. They take it out the back of the scrum. He lost it. So, losing the ball there is Jesse Raymond, and
he lost that as well. He's remonstrating that he got taken out, but
still shaking his head with a scrum feed for Queensland. And this, Kurt Richards, is a ideal opportunity for the Maroons, who need to strike now with just under 5 minutes left.
Yeah, it certainly is, Salty, and great opportunity for Queensland here. And I think the real difference over the last 7 or 8 minutes has been for New South Wales.
Yeah, we'll come back down to you in just a moment. Brody Croft to feed the scrum. Will Burns take it out the back? He does. Brimson. Hipgrave with a hit up. Horsburgh. Burns. Brimson. Croft. Plays in motion for Queensland. Dunn's brought down.
Good shot.
Yeah, good contact. That was Cameron Murray. Very strong defensively. 15 away. This is almost a ball game here for Queensland. They need to score. Brimson, quick hands, tap on. It's going to be saved. No, it's gone into touch. Into touch it goes. So 3.5 minutes left. New South Wales look like they're going to go on to win this one. Queensland need to force another turnover. It's been an outstanding second half by the Blues.
Really good second half. I don't know what Coach Danny Bagheera said at halftime, but it's certainly working, and his team have had a magnificent second half. It's been so much pressure applied on the Queensland defence. Really made them work.
They certainly have. 3 minutes left. New South Wales leading by 8. Time running out for Queensland. The right end of the field, but the Blues have the ball. Strong run. Yet again here from the Blues, and just working their way up their own line. That was Blake Laurie. This is what you were talking about before, Vowsy. As Laurie goes off for a rest. Robson with a strong run there out of dummy half, and then it's been backed up again by Butcher.
Yeah, strong forward pack, New South Wales. It's really paved the way for what they're doing on the back of it.
There's 2 minutes 20 left. Kick for touch. We'll find it. Terrific set of 6. And the game's in the balance. The game's in the balance. It's exactly what you want. 2 minutes remaining. Queensland have basically got to score here, decline the kick and then score again.
I think the
very hard.
Chip kick needs to come out, Salty.
Fullbacks in the line.
Best place to attack is from a scrum. What have they got? I thought they were going to kick it in. I think they need more than the hit up.
Well, they needed to do something right there, didn't they?
Yep.
Horsburgh. Now Brimson, it goes forward. That'll be the ball game. That'll be the ball game. Curtis Scott knocked that one on again as well. So New South Wales to feed the scrum. They'll be in absolutely no hurry to feed this one. The New South Wales juggernaut, the under-20s, will roll on. They're going to win this one tonight.
For the 6th time, Salty.
And well done to the Blues. They were placed under a mountain of pressure in this game. Soaked it all up, came out in the second half and just went bang against Queensland. The defence has been outstanding. Danny Baderis will be extremely happy. In fact, when you look at the defence and the work of the forwards, you can tell that these guys have spent a week with Danny Baderis, Jamie Feeney, and also Paul Sirenen as well.
Yes.
We leave out Matt King there too, but I'm sure he's been doing a lot of work with the backs.
Yeah, I mean, Curtis Scott and Jesse Raymond would love having someone like Matt King talking about his experiences in camp and what he's learnt.
A look to finish here with a try, Robson. He's been strong. It's not up to us to award a man of the match, but I'll tell you what, he'd go close. Haller out the back they go. Butcher for the line, and he deserves a try. Gets one. That's the icing on the cake here for New South Wales tonight. Nat Butcher with the try. And the Blues just put that exclamation mark on an impressive victory, scoring right on full time in the under-20s Origin. There's been a fair bit of feeling throughout the game. There's no need for this as New South Wales going on.
I was just watching this, Salty. New South Wales have scored, and rather than just take the score, they've won the game. That carrying on, and blokes tapping blokes on the head, and yeah, you've won the game. So just be happy with that. I don't think that this is what started this.
28 points to 16. The full-time siren is gone. Well, eventually we'll get them all separated.
Number 4, New South Wales started all that.
Curtis Scott was one that ran in.
Actually, it was number 11, Cameron Murray, who
Cameron
I
Murray
thought started
well.
all. I was watching that from the start.
Off to him and just saying it's far too easy to take the try off. Absolute rubbish.
And we'll get the conversion. Jai Field adds the extras, so full time. And New South Wales have defeated Queensland by 30 points to 16. It was 16-10 to Queensland at the break, and 20 unanswered points in the second half to New South Wales. In what was a very good game of football. Probably the margin doesn't deserve to be 14 points because they were very even right throughout. A terrific game of under-20s Origin. I enjoyed that one, Valsey, and plenty of good players that we're going to watch the careers of unfold that were on show tonight.
Yeah, and that's the great part about it, isn't it? You know that a number of these players are going to play NRL, and I think it was a great performance from both sides. New South Wales were just too strong in the second half and certainly played some good footy, and just love what they brought, particularly their forward pack. I thought they were outstanding, which allowed Jai Field and Dargan to play off the back of that, and their back line as well. But some good performances from both sides, and yeah, well, again, New South Wales have scored 30-plus points in an under-20s Origin game.
30 points to 16. Hope you enjoyed that one, folks, wherever you are watching right around the world. Bowsy, great to work with you here again at Suncorp Stadium. Enjoy Origin 1 later on tonight.
Definitely will, Solly. Thanks, mate.
And thanks very much to Kurt Richards, who did some great work on the sideline for us tonight as well. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. We had a lot of fun bringing you the under-20s Origin. Get ready. Origin 1, not all that far away. Well done to New South Wales, to Cameron Murray, to Danny Baderis and all of the New South Wales team on winning this evening's under-20s Origin. 30 points to 16. Well done to the Blues, claiming yet another Origin under-20s victory. I'm Peter Basoldis. On behalf of all of the crew here in putting this game together, it was a hard-working team effort to put this one to air tonight. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you later on. Bye-bye.